My name is Kerwin Pilgrim. I'm currently the Director of Adult Learning at Brooklyn Public Library. In my capacity at Brooklyn Public Library, I oversee the Adult Learning Department, which is comprised of the Adult Literacy Department and the Business and Workforce Development Department. Those two departments deal with adult learners, people learning a different language, people who are looking to get their GED, people who are job-seeking, entrepreneurs as well. The idea is that we're going to create a continuum of services so that someone could come to the library not knowing how to speak English and eventually, just from using the public library, become an entrepreneur or a business owner. We're very proud of the services that we're offering because it really helps to show the relevance of library as we move into the digital age and libraries are being questioned about their value and their relevance. So by supporting economic development and helping job seekers, we see the library being a valuable asset in any community. We offer a menu of services to the unemployed and to entrepreneurs. For example, we have a lot of one-on-one services for the unemployed. We know that in order to properly serve people who are looking for work, it's not really convenient to have a conversation with them across a reference desk. So what we've been doing in Brooklyn Public Library is we've been training librarians to meet with people one-on-one in an environment that's private and allows people to really discuss their needs and their barriers. Because some people have some really private information that they don't necessarily want to share when they're in a public area at a reference desk. So these librarians will meet with job seekers one-on-one, we'll do a resume review, we'll help them prep for an interview, do company research, industry research to make sure that that person is job ready. We also help that person to develop an action plan so that they have steps in mind of what they have to do once they leave the session with the librarian. In addition, we've actually recruited different volunteers who are professionals, who some of them are actually unemployed themselves, and we engage volunteers who want to give back somehow to the library and to the community. So the volunteers actually come in and help do just resume review or even just have conversations with people about their job search process and help prep them for interviews. So that's another one-on-one service that we offer to job seeker. In addition, we offer structured programs. So we'll have resume writing workshop, interview workshops, how to use some of the social media to land a job, how to network, and so forth. Some of those specialized programs are offered throughout the library system so that we're reaching the entire borough of Brooklyn. In addition to those regular programs, resume writing and interviewing, sometimes we'll invite outside presenters who are experts or people, leaders in their field, to come and talk about the latest strategies for job hunting or landing a job. In addition to the programs, sometimes we'll host events. So we might have a job fair, a career fair, where we invite different community agencies that we're working with to allow them to engage with job seekers. Sometimes these companies are hiring, sometimes they just have different prep programs. But we'll host these events every now and then just to bring all the job seekers together. In addition to the partnering events such as job fairs, we offer job seekers lots of resources that they can use on their own, either in the library, outside of the library. They can use different databases to do career assessment, to learn about different fields. They can even use databases to practice different exams for some of the civil service jobs out there. So through one-on-one service programs and partnership events and online resources, we offer job seekers a host of menu and of options that they can use to improve their situation. One of the latest developments actually at Brooklyn Public Library, and here we're another leader in the field, is we've been working with the Workforce One system in New York City. So now we actually have 2 of these Workforce One centers at BPL locations. These Workforce One centers actually offers job seekers something that librarians or the library could not offer in the past, actual job placement. So the Workforce One centers are actually job placement centers from the city, but the problem is a lot of people don't know about it, and sometimes there's a stigma. Some people will say, I don't want to go into a job placement center, but coming to a library, it's less obvious what they're doing. And we appreciate having the Workforce One centers as a presence. We were recently recognized for this innovation because, again, here's another example of the library being relevant in today's world, information age. As for entrepreneurs, we offer a similar lineup of options. We offer, through a partnership with SCORE, one-on-one business counseling. So if someone has an idea for a business plan, they could sit down with a counselor And that counselor is going to have a real frank conversation with them about, well, is this realistic? Is your idea realistic? Or here's what you need to develop, or you need more information, or here's some next steps that you can follow through in order to achieve your dream of opening up a business. Of course, we have regular programs, how to start a business, how to find financing, how to market your business using social media. So we regularly attract lots of people to our business programs. They're mainly based at the Business and Career Library downtown Brooklyn, but every now and then we'll have a different program in the branches as well for entrepreneurs. In addition, just like many other libraries, we have tons of resources for entrepreneurs. We have books with sample business plans. We have a lot of print resources and serials and newsletters that they can use to do market and competitive research. In addition, we actually have tons of really impressive online databases that they could use to, pull a list of competitors, do industry research, get the latest information about some of the things they'll need to know in order to open up a business. Power Up is one of our most sort of impressive programs that we offer to entrepreneurs. The Power Up program is a business plan competition for entrepreneurs who are interested in starting their business. And what Power Up does is give the public library patrons an opportunity to go through a series of classes. So we teach them information such as, writing a business plan, marketing your business, reading financial statements, and even one class on library research, how to actually get information from the library in order to complete your business plan. After they complete the classes, we actually ask them to meet with a business counselor one-on-one just to go through some of the elements of that plan and that process. During the summer, these budding entrepreneurs get an opportunity to actually work on their business plan for about 2 months. And then in September, in the fall, they submit their plans. The plans are reviewed first by librarians just for completeness and make sure they have all elements of the business plan in place. And then they're actually passed on to a series of judges, and these judges actually come from different community-based organizations and some colleges. Sometimes we have lawyers, professors, and they go through these plans to finalize around the finalists. The finalists are then invited to actually do a presentation, to do a pitch, to sell their idea. And the person with the best pitch wins $15,000 to actually start their business. We're very proud of the program. It's in its 10th year. We've had lots of inquiries from different library systems. In fact, New York and Queens Public Library followed our model, and they also have business plan competitions. Here is another example of how the public library is offering a valuable service. And the entrepreneurs themselves, they actually appreciate it, because what they tell us is that everyone has an idea, but how many people realize that dream, that idea? They don't have the discipline, they don't understand the rigors that's required to actually get that business up and running. And what the competition does is giving them the structure and the support they need to actually, and the incentive, of course, to actually complete that business plan. So that's the Power Up competition in a nutshell. That's a great question. And earlier this week I was in a conference where we were actually addressing this issue. And not unlike Spain, New York has its troubles as well with this age group 14 to 24, sometimes 16 to 24. In New York, we refer to them disconnected youths. That's not a nice term, but what it means is that these youths are disconnected from school and from education. And sometimes what that means is that, without options and support, they're actually going to end up in bad places, such as prison. And we're trying to stem that in New York. For the young people, whether it's in New York or in Spain, if the economy seems like it's not getting better, that's no reason to stop and drop out and not sort of pursue further skills, because ultimately the economy is going to get better. So that's a message of hope, and you want to be ready for when it's getting better. So I would encourage young people to keep going to school, stay up to date with technology. One of the messages that I send to young people when I'm dealing with them oftentimes is to remind them that in this global economy, your competition isn't even the kids in your school or your province or your state. It's actually kids from other countries. So in order for you to be competitive, you have to continue your education. It's critical in the information age. So continue to brush up on your technology skills, continue to learn about the different tools that can help you to find a job. A lot of online social media tools now are being used effectively to land the job. It's all about retooling and making sure that you have the requisite skills in order to land the job when the economy does get better. But you cannot give up. You have to just continue to develop yourself. That's the best thing you can do.